Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today I have for you 5 mobility exercises so you have a healthy, pain-free body. And keep in mind that when you do martial arts, your body takes damage. You start getting a little tighter between the hard workouts. So in my experience, these are my 5 favorite exercises that you can get done very quickly that make you feel good and strong and loose throughout the day. Thanks for joining me today, guys. And remember that taking the time to do these type of exercises will keep your body going longer and longer and longer. So that word longevity plays into your body. You don't want to finish, a fight career or be 30 having trained through your 20s and just start breaking down. So just doing these simple exercises will help. Now, one of the very first exercises that I really find help me a lot is arm circles. These are going to be advanced fancy arm circles, so we'll get to those in a moment. But the reason you need to keep up with this is through all the punching, just non-stop, boom, 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 through the years, the shoulders get tight. And I just find when you have fatigued shoulders, the arms start to just feel really run down. But in addition, when you're just reaching for things sometimes, you're just going, oh, I need to open up those muscles. So here is the drill that I want you to do for the upper body. Instead of classic arm circles, we're going to take the arm backwards to the side of your body and then forwards across the front. The reason I like these ones so much, in particular to a regular arm circle where you have to whip your own arm, on these ones your hips will allow you to control your arm. So my hips make my arm work. So it's forward arm circle across my body and a backwards arm circle to the side. Now what you can do for this, and you guys keep in mind, this next drill here is something that I just kind of came up with myself, because like I said, I was having trouble keeping my shoulders loose enough, and just going like this, I felt like just because I'm forcing it with my own arm, that everything was just getting really run down still, fatigue-wise, because you're just basically getting that momentum from the muscles. But on this one, like I said, it's hips, and my arms can just follow along. My arm is doing nothing right now. It's just my whip of the hips. So what I do in addition now, I'm gonna have both arms simultaneously working. So normally for arm circles, backwards, it's just again arm muscles. But because I'm going forwards with one arm and backwards with the other, they end up crossing one another, and then I can throw my hips into play, and it looks very advanced. It's actually quite easy. And it opens everything up, chest included, shoulders so nicely. Exercise number 2 that we're going to work today is a chain of movements to really get everything through the lower body. So we start with exercise number 1. I lift up, I grab the outside of the leg and I pull across my body. So I'm getting right through here, getting my glute, the outside of the glute. I hold that for about 5 seconds. I switch arms. Now I open up really wide. So I'm getting all through the groin. Just really pull in that direction. Now I grab and I squeeze tight. On this one here, I just feel the stretch really increase again in a different section through the glutes, I guess, but also through my hip flexor for some reason. Now from here, I pull behind. This is number 4 of 5 motions. Those are all easy. They also help you practice on maintaining your balance. This next one is very difficult. You're gonna put your foot an inch off the ground, it's not touching. You're gonna throw your hands out to the side. As your head tips forward, your leg is gonna go backwards, and you're gonna end up in basically a Superman position. From here, I'm gonna really feel the stretch on my right leg. Once I get to this position, now I'm gonna take my right hand to my right foot and tip my left hand towards the sky, and then finish it off and relax. That one there pulls on that hamstring so well, and when I open up my arms, I find the groin really opens as well, and sometimes I get a little pop. So if you can go through that just once, throughout the entire day, everything for me feels so much looser. That nice chain of lower body stretches and mobility. So the last 2 drills were actually fairly difficult. They're not easy ones to just do like that. It takes time to either learn them or be able to execute them in terms of balance and everything else. This next one's a bit easier. We're talking about the neck. A lot of times my neck, either from getting hit or just from holding it tight, gets fatigued. So I just go through this little chain of events here. Number 1, just like a chicken. Out as far as you can, very unflattering. In as far as you can, double chin. In and out, in and out. You got about 5 times. Turn your head to the side as far as you can. And then from there, grab the top of your head and pull your ear to your chest. You can hardly move. We're not talking much, it's just like that. I do that once, other side once, and that's it. And mostly, in my experience, from there you're going, oh, it feels so much better. Now, in terms of lower body mobility, this is something that you absolutely should be doing. We go through a low squat, and when we get to the very bottom, we're gonna hold. Come down, 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 hold right here. You should be able to do this. If you can't, you gotta work on this. This is something that apparently is so integral in your ability to age and not have your body tighten up on you. What I like to do in addition here is take my palms, place them together, and then stretch my legs out. Right from here, you just work on that nice deep stretch through the groin. You work on your proper posture, straight back, and you just hold here for 30 seconds. 30 seconds of that per day is apparently so important. Like I already said, if you want to age and be able to move as you get into your 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm hoping for me that won't really come into play until I'm in my 80s or 90s, because I still want to be moving around when I'm in my 70s. Thinking far ahead right now. And our last drill today for mobility and having a good, healthy feeling body is opening up the hip flexors and getting the quadriceps. Why is this so important? Well, apparently when you're throwing lots of round kicks, you're really engaging through here, through those hip flexors. If that starts to tighten up, because when you overuse muscles, they get very tight. If you overuse that muscle, then it's going to link up to your back and you're going to get lots of pain in there. This is what happened to me years ago. So you need either a boulder or a chair. You're going to go into a lunge position, put your foot up onto your object behind you. You don't want to have your foot right above your knee, but fairly close to above it. You're going to squeeze your back glute as tight as you can, and then you're going to lift out. The stretch through here goes all the way from my hip flexor, almost making me feel nauseating. It's so deep. And then through the quad. And then from there, I reach towards the sky and I just open everything up and I get into the psoas. The psoas is very difficult to stretch, and apparently this is one of the few motions you can do to stretch that out on your own. Otherwise you have somebody taking their thumbs and digging in deep to that psoas, which apparently is behind the muscle walls or behind something there. I'm just going off what my physio told me, but she was trying to stretch it out, loosen it up, and she was digging in with her thumbs. One of the worst experiences of my life, the most painful thing I think I've ever gone through. So go through this motion, stretch yourself up, open the body, and if you go through all these, like I said, this video probably takes longer than doing all those exercises throughout the day. We're talking 3-4 minutes to go through these, feel healthy, avoid injuries, and age well. These guys who are 20, you might be going, it doesn't matter, I'm only 20. But it will catch up with you. If you want to be 37 and broken and feeling old, then don't do these. But if you want to be 37 like I am now and feel better than I did in my 20s, then make sure you get on these right away. So that's all from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, get subscribed. Of course, give the video a like if you think it's going to be helpful. And as always, guys, train hard, utilize these mobility exercises to stay healthy and pain-free. And I will see you back here soon for another video.